What's good, YouTube? Casey the Quiet Warrior here, and today's video I have a couple disclaimers before we get into it. This video is not written or bullet pointed or scripted out or anything like that, so this is just going to be straight off the dome, straight off the chest, just something that I want to come on here and talk about and, get off my mind real quick. Second thing, this video pertains to NoFap and semen retention, but it's not generally the focus or topic of today's video. I want to use those things that to talk about in this video, but I want to put it on a more wider and broader scale and put it in a general topic in this video that pertains to those things but isn't the main focus. And the last thing, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, because what is you really doing if you didn't do that already? With that being said, let's get straight into it. By the title of today's video, it should be, depending on if I change it or not, but it should be how to combat yourself in a lust-filled trap. And this is pertaining to, like I said, NoFap, semen retention, lust, and relapses in life in general, and on NoFap and semen retention. And forgive me if I'm all over the place. Like I said, this is straight off the dome, just something I want to get off my chest. But with that being said, without wasting too much more time, let's get straight into it. Now, without going on too long or making a ramble, like I said, so I don't cause any confusion or go off on a tangent, the main purpose and the point that I am trying to get across in this video is that the relapse is not worth it, and that lust is being used to weaken men in today's day and age. That is the main topic, the main general idea and basis that I am trying to get across and talk about in today's video. And like I said, it pertains to NoFap and semen retention, but I wanted to put it in a more wider and broader scale in today's video. And like I said, with that, especially with lust, they try to use it as a tactic to weaken men, not only mentally but physically and spiritually, because you have all these different forms of media and outlet that promote these lustful types of things. You have women, IG models on Instagram, TV shows, websites. I don't have to say too much. You get the lingo, you get where I'm going. But with that being said, it's being promoted on a daily basis, and it's being normalized today. And you may hear it with your friends, your colleagues, your family members, people online, or just people you know of in general. It's being normalized, and it's thought of being cool. But in reality, it's really weakening you in hindsight and in the back of your head, but you may not even be realizing it. And you may be asking, well, how is it doing that? Or how, am I not able to be aware of it? Now, over time, when you go through trials and tribulations and speed bumps and road blockages in life, there's going to be turn-ups, there's going to be, L's. But through those L's, you shouldn't just be stagnant and steadily just going right back into them without learning anything. You obviously are going to gain and acquire some type of new knowledge from the experiences that you may have. But to somebody that may be, a little bit newer to this or may not fully understand, the way that it is weakening you is it's making it seem acceptable when it's really not. Because like I said, when it comes to, the mental, physical, and spiritual part, it's weakening you. Mentally, it's weakening you because you aren't able to be normal and you aren't able to act normal and be in control of the situation and how you want things to go when it pertains to meeting new women or just talking to women in general. Because when you are feeding into these lustful ideologies and just agenda in general, and you are seeing these type of things, these type of women, these type of videos, these type of internet personalities, when you go to interact with a female IRL, you won't be able to have a general normal conversation without thinking of doing something to that female. Now, we are all, mature over here, and we all have a mind of our own and can think for ourselves. Hopefully, with that being said, you know what that means. And, when it comes to that, you won't be, like I said, you won't be able to be able to think normally and operate normally, because when you are feeding into that type of content and are, steadily being susceptible to it, that's all you will think of when you see a female in real life. That's how it can weaken you mentally. Physically, not to stick up the middle finger. Physically, another in real life one. When it comes, time for you to actually do something that you've probably been thinking about doing, or say you've been abstinence and sustained from it in general, and it's time for you to actually do something, you won't be able to operate right. Your body won't be able to operate right. Your mind won't be able to operate right. And things won't be able to recept right, if you get where I'm going. If you get where I'm going, you should, you know what I mean? But when you are seeing these type of things and are susceptible to them and feeding into having that instant gratification and a couple of minutes or seconds of pleasure, you get where I'm going, without getting too explicit on here. When you go and you try to actually do something in real life, you won't be able to function, you won't be able to operate, you won't be able to think clearly, because you are so used to seeing the thing that you may be seeing in real life in pixels. It's pixelated, it's digital, but in your brain it's recepting that it's real and that's actually you when it's not. And that's the thing when I say like it's normalized, because people think that it's okay to look at that and think it's cool, because it's get a quick instant gratification, and the brain thinks it's you when it's really not. It's really not you, and that's not how it's meant to be. So when you are seeing all these type of things and getting your content digitally and looking at pixels, pixelated images, pictures, all this and this and this and that, when you go to do something in real life, you won't be able to operate, because you are so used to having those images and being susceptible to those type of things, which means shut down, because you're not used to that. Your brain can't pick up on that. Your brain is totally haywired to the digital part, the digital side. And, when it comes to in real life, it's a whole new world, whole new concept, because that's what it's programmed, that's what it's trained to, be able to recept and respond to. And That's the second one, which is no, not the mental, the physical part. The third one, spiritually. When you are susceptible and, like I said, to these things and having that instant gratification, and you are just giving energy away, you're just giving energy out every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year, 365, 24/7. When you are steadily giving your divine energy out like that, your spirit is gonna start to take a toll. Your spirit is gonna start to take a toll because, without going too far into this, you probably heard this multiple, millions of times when it comes to NoFap and semen retention. But you have superpowers. You have superpowers with that energy. You have superpowers with that energy. I know you probably heard that. I may even said it back in a previous video. I'm not too sure, if I did or not. I can't really remember right now. But, like I said, you probably would have heard that before. But that is true. When you are giving away that energy constantly on a daily basis, it's gonna start to take a toll, and it's gonna start to start damaging your soul, because you are giving away this good divine energy that could be used instead of, quick instant gratification. It could be used for things to discipline you mentally, physically, and spiritually, and be able to dispute that energy and disperse that energy into things that actually have meaning and are purposefulness in life, instead of just having that quick couple of seconds, couple of minutes, real quick, and just being used to and just giving up all your energy. When you withhold that energy and you use it correctly and right, you will feel like a superhero. You will feel like you have superpowers. And I already went over the benefits of this, so I don't have to get in too much to that. And like I said, you probably done heard it a million times already before. But it's really true, and it really takes an effect. Because, like I said, that energy has power. It could be used to, go into to many different things that are meaningfulness. So I'm not going to get into that one too much. Because, like I said, I'm not trying to make this too much pertaining to NoFap and semen retention. But that is spiritually. And with those three things being said, that is how they try to weaken you. That is how you become weakened. That is how you become, I say, to your lowest state as a human, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because when you are susceptible to these things, and when you are feeding into these things, it's almost like you are not even a human anymore. It's almost like you are inhumane to who you are and what you used to be and what you thought you'd be. It's almost like you become a whole different person, a whole different identity, a whole different being. Because, like I said, sorry for that quick pause, but like I said, you just are, damaging yourself in all type of aspects, in life as a person. Now, I understand, it's going to be relapses. That's just the natural cycle of life. But it doesn't have to be that way. It shouldn't be that way, and it's not cool to be that way, and it shouldn't be normalized in that way. You know what I mean? It just shouldn't. It's not right. And like I said, that's how they try to weaken you as a man, and that's how they try to weaken you in those three aspects in general. So I guess, I kind of did have a couple bullet points, just off the dome like that. But for however long rest, I'ma just, keep talking. Like I said, it's almost like you are not even a human being anymore. And, like I said, some people, they find that instant gratification good. I'm not even gonna say some. Most people even find that instant gratification good. Even myself. You know what I mean? I didn't just make this video to talk about NoFap and semen retention in general. I came on here to expose myself. Yeah, that's right. Cause I gotta hold myself accountable. I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? I'm never on a straight streak. I'm never, always just going up and just on the clear path. Yeah, it's been some speed bumps, some roadblocks, some road ends. But I learned from them. And I learned over time that it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. And it serves you no purpose in the long run. Because like I said, all you are doing is damaging yourself in those three aspects. And you won't be able to function and operate and just be able to be normal when it comes to operating in real life in general. You know what I mean? Why do that? And why be able to just go get that instant gratification instead of going out, focusing on yourself, working on yourself, and going out and getting the real thing? Actually going out and distancing yourself from the digital and actually going out and seeing the real thing. Talking to real women, looking at real women, conversating with real women. You know what I mean? And not this digital stuff. Because it's not worth it. What does that do for you? What does that do for you in the long run? Please answer this. Nothing. It does nothing for you in the long run. At the end of the day, it's just going to build an unhealthy cycle that is just going to be reoccurring and glued to your brain if over time you keep doing it. Because you could become addicted. You could become addicted, and once you reach there, it's even harder for you to be able to distance yourself from that. But like they say, old habits die hard. But that's if you want it for yourself. That's if you want it for yourself. And that's if you want better. That's if you want change. And that's if you don't want to be a slave to your mind. Or not even that. To be a slave to your body anymore. And be a slave to this ideology that it is okay and it is cool to be able to be accepting and susceptible to those things. That shit ain't cool at all. It's not. It ain't cool at all. It's BS. It's disgusting, and it needs to be talked about more. Because it's not cool. You shouldn't accept it. You shouldn't be susceptible to it. It's not real. And the only thing it's gonna do is hold you back from becoming the greatest version of yourself. And just not being able to reach your full potential mentally, physically, and spiritually. And that's really all I have to say in today's video. let me know if it was some things that I could have explained more thoroughly, or said a little bit clearer for you to understand, and being able to easy to digest, in that type of manner. Shit ain't cool. It's not cool, man. Don't accept it. It's disgusting. It's nasty. It's trifling. And it does nothing for you in the long run. You know what I mean? You gain nothing from it at the end of the day. But just to be put into a worse position that you may have already been in the first place. Don't do that, man. It is so not worth it. It is so not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Go out there, get real connections, talk to real people, talk to real females, get the real interaction, distance yourself from this digital stuff, and just understand that it shouldn't be accepted. Focus on yourself, and just know that it is a greater return on investment within yourself if you don't, become susceptible and are able to feed in to those type of things. So without making this too long, I know this video is probably already too long, but this is just something that I really wanted to come on here and talk about, not just only as a general topic, but like I said, with me, myself in general. I needed this myself because I needed to put myself in check. I needed to get my mind right. I needed to get my body right. I needed to get my spirit right. So this is my way of doing this, to being able to come on here and talk about it and express that. And to anybody that's going through this, know you more strong than that. Know that you are more worthy than that. If you know your worth, and you know that you are better than this, then you won't have the problem. You know what I mean? You won't have the problem. You won't be susceptible to those type of things. You know what I mean? You'll be able to get past that. You'll be able to dodge and weave and get past those things and those obstacles. So with that being said, that's what I wanted to come on here and talk about. Just know they're trying to, use it every day to try to weaken you as a man, try to weaken you as a being, try to weaken you as a person. And just understand that it's not normal, and it shouldn't be normal. I know I keep saying the same thing over again, but like I said, I'm just really trying to get it across because it's not cool. It's not cool at all. And like I said, I needed to do this to check myself in general anyways, you know what I mean? I know it sounds like it too because, I'm just all over the place and sounding redundant and saying the same thing. You know what I mean? That's because, I'm clouded from it. Like I said, I'm exposing myself. This is something I'm dealing with myself in general. I'm clouded with it. My mind is clouded from it and just, stuck up in general. That's why I may be saying the same thing over again and just repeating myself. But I'm just trying to get my emphasis across and get my point across because, like I said, you know what I mean? It's not worth it. And if anything, you should seek out the real thing. Like, you watching two other people, man. You looking at somebody through a damn screen. That's weird. That's weird. Like, that's not normal. That shouldn't be normal. It isn't normal. That's weird. And it shouldn't never be thought to be normal and be cool and accepted in that way. Why would you want that when you can go out and get the real thing if you focus on yourself, hit the gym, eat right, meditate, journal, practice no-fap semen retention, those types of things in general, and you'll be able to get the real thing instead of looking at a damn screen. And that's normal. Nah, bro, that's so weird. That's so weird. You're a weirdo. I'm a weirdo myself, yeah. Like I said, I'm exposing myself. You know what I mean? I'm a weirdo. That's weird, dude. So that's all I gotta say, man. Just know that shit ain't normal. It's not cool. And just know how to go through it and how to battle through it and how to operate through it. I'll leave some videos in the description below to help you with that. With that being said, make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace, I'm out. Focus on your mental, your spiritual, and your physical, and believe in yourself. Because if you don't, who else is?